Hey guys, my name is Kirsty and welcome to a different kind of video. So today I am going to be doing the My Life in Books tag. I have no idea who started this book tag, but I can try and find out for you. Plus there is no lighting. It is gloomy outside, so I've had to put my bedroom light on, which means that it's kind of like yellow. So I am so sorry about that. I have ordered a ring light, so that should be here within the next few days. So this is like a book tag, but then also it just seems like a scavenger hunt as well. And this is going to be really hard. So the first question was, find a book for each of your initials. I don't know, because I don't order my books in title. Where the hell is a K? What books start with K?
3 hours later.
Okay, so question 1 is spell your name out with books using the first initial. So for K, I have King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. I is It Only Happens in the Movies by Holly Bourne. R is Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. S is Star-Touched Queen by Rashani Chosky. And T is Torch Against the Night by Sabah Tahir. There's a Y in my name, obviously, like Kirsty, but I don't have any books that start with a Y, so it's just gonna have to be cursed. There we go. Some people call me that anyway, so let's just go with that, shall we? Let's just go with cursed, because I have no idea what books start with a Y. The second question is, count your age along your bookshelf. What book is it? Which bookshelf do I pick? There's quite a few. Okay, so let's just go with this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Do I go on to the second shelf? Okay. 21, 22. And the 22nd book is... Wait. Here we go. Right. 22nd book is Flash Fort by Jenny Moyer. This came in a fairy loot box. I think this was like the first ever fairy loot box that I ever got, and I still haven't read it yet. But I had to go onto a different shelf because I'm so old. Oh god. Okay, number 3. Pick a book set in your city or country. This is another hard one because there is not a lot of books set in England. Oh my god. I'm just gonna have to go with a classic book, aren't I? Because classics are the only books that are set in England. Right, bear with me, I will be back. I literally have one right here. What am I doing in my life? Obviously, Harry Potter. Oh my god, I was thinking, oh my god, there's no books that are set in England. Oh my life, like what am I gonna do? And then I walked up to go to where all my books are over there, and I was like, wait a second, Harry Potter is set in England. I can't think of any books that are set in Birmingham, let alone Stourbridge, which is the town where I live. So we're just gonna have to go with England, so Harry Potter it is. 4th question, pick a book that represents a destination you'd love to travel to. So is this like a fantasy destination as well, or reality destination? I don't know what this question means, so I'm gonna have to go with City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, which is set in New York. I've already been to New York, but I would love to go again, but it's so expensive to go there. So yeah, I'm gonna pick City of Bones because it's set in New York. Yay. Question number 5 is, pick a book that's your favourite colour. Where is it? Oh, here one is. This is gonna take me ages to clean up because I'm just literally dumping books everywhere. The struggles. Here we go. My favourite colour is red, so I picked How to Stop Time by Matt Haig, the illustrated edition. The normal edition is blue, but this one is red with blue spray painted pages. So yeah, there we go. Question number 6. Which book do you have the fondest memories of? It's quite a lot. Like my go-to answer is Harry Potter, because my parents read that to me every single night before I went to bed. But then, I don't know. There's too many. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with this one. Basically, when I was a kid, I was a massive fan of the Spiderwick Chronicles by Holly Black and Tony DiTerlizzi. And Arthur Spiderwick's field guide was this, like, well, it was like my Bible. So I was absolutely obsessed with all of the animals that were in the Spiderwick Chronicles, and this field guide literally has all of the animals in it with pictures. So here we've got a I can't see. There's a picture of a wood elf with all of like the information about it. It's just so good. It's basically like the first ever Fantastic Beasts book, you know what I mean? So it was just amazing, and I actually drew one of these, well, I copied one of these pictures and drew it for my grandma, and she kind of has it like hung up on her living room wall, and I'm trying to find the picture. I was very proud of it. I don't even know how old I was. I think I was about 13, maybe. Something along those lines, so like 10 years ago. Here it is. I drew a pixie for my grandma. To be fair, I have brilliant memories of this because I used to lie down in the living room and just copy out the drawings and learn about all of the fantastical creatures, and I absolutely just love this book and I will forever cherish it. I'm never getting rid of it, ever, ever, ever. So yeah, I think it's gonna have to be Arthur Spiderwick's Field Guide. Are we on question 6 or 7? Okay, we're on question 7. Which book did you have the most difficulty reading? The most difficult book that I have ever read, I don't know whether this means like emotional wise or ability wise, but I'm gonna go with like emotional wise, and that has got to be Eragon by Christopher Paolini, or Paolini? I have no idea. But yeah, this one, I first read this book when I was about 7, and I was reading it. It was late at night, I was lying in bed. There was a little bit, it was like quite near the beginning of the book. I'd say it was about 75 pages in or something like that, and I was reading it, and it got to a point where the main character in the book, he gets to this town and there's this massive bonfire and it's burning, and on this bonfire are bodies, and there's also babies on the fire as well, like dead babies. And at that time I was 7, but age wasn't the reason why I put this book down. It was because my little sister had just been born. For me, it was just really hard to read about babies burning on a fire when my baby sister, she must have been, I don't know, a few months old maybe, and she was in the other room, and it was really, really hard for me to read. And I just closed the book and I put it on my bedside table, I turned on my light, and I just started crying because it was just really, really hard. And I tell you what, I haven't touched that book since. I haven't even opened that book since I was 7 years old. That is crazy. Part of me wants to read it, but I just know that I will probably start getting emotional again because it'll just remind me of that time where I was really, really kind of protective and upset about my little sister. So yeah, it's gonna have to be Eragon by Christopher Paolini. And sorry, that's like a really long life story, but I was answering the question, guys, okay? And now I feel really emotional now. Okay, moving on. Question number 8. Which is the last question. Which book in your TBR pile will give you the biggest sense of accomplishment when you finish it? I don't really know. I mean, okay, it's probably gonna have to be Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin because they are so long and there's so many of them, and I absolutely love the TV show, don't get me wrong, like I love the TV show. And I have read the first book in the Game of Thrones books, but just the thought of carrying on with 6 more books, and they're so dense, just scares me. And so I think when I finish that series, I will feel like I have accomplished the biggest thing in the world, and I haven't obviously, but that's what it'll feel like. It'll feel like I have mastered my life and there is no reason to read anymore. No, I'm joking. I'm joking on my life. No, of course I'm going to still read after I finished it. Probably Game of Thrones, which I know is like a really go-to answer, but I think it's just because the size of them and the number of them just daunts a lot of people. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. So that was it. That was my life in books tag. It's just like a little bit fun, you know, to break things up from all the seriousness of, you know, March releases or book hauls or anything like that. Just a fun book tag just to get things going, and it's a short video as well, so you know, it's just nice to film, it's nice to edit, and just makes life a little bit more easy for me. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you've got any comments, questions or feedback, leave it in the comments box below. I do post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I post my reading vlogs on Mondays. So if you want notifications for when those videos go up, just click on the bell icon below. If I do have any reviews for these books, then I will also leave a link to them in the description box below. So yeah, that's all I have left to say. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!